All right, guys. It's me, Jay again. Um, I'm here to explain to you guys the commanders, which ones are the best, and what order they'll be coming out. The S-class commanders. I just got my Galio today. The S-class commanders. They used to be a different. As you can read on Facebook page, they used to be different. Now the first one to come out is Chief. I did not get Chief the first time because I thought it would be NB55. It's no longer NB55 now. It is Chief. Chief's actually easier to get than Galio. For Galio, I had to kill a level 11 mob today. So, yeah, that was kind of hard. But with this leadership and this gear, I was able to do it just fine. I mean, I took no loss, actually. None at all from it. Yeah, I got event gear, but it's still one. Yeah, I also put, I messed up with my freaking energy stones, as you can tell. But as a result, I do have a really nice Galio that was able to take it out on his own. I normally recommend everybody to have a minimum of 1K mags, right? And 20K gold to try to go for an S class. If you do not have that minimum, uh, you're not gonna get one of the S class commanders. I'm sorry. The last one, the last quest I had to skip was a plunder 10 mil resource from players. I don't. There's nobody that has that much resource around me, so I just skipped it. That was 9K gold on its own. So if you can't kill the level 11, you're gonna have to pay 9K gold to skip it. But then you have to kill the level 9 level 10 before. So you're gonna need the gold. So 20K gold minimum requirement, and then 1K gold, 1K mags if you have really good gear. If you don't have good gear, try to save up a minimum of at least 2K mags. So you can get them to this leadership. This leadership was more than enough to take out the level 10 and the level 11 monster, right? All I had to do was just skip the plunder. That's it. Oh yeah, you also have to skip one that's up farm 10 mil resource quest. That's next to impossible. Even if you get in a rich area with a level 15 tile and you use 50% gathering, you're not gonna do it. So you're gonna have to skip that one. That one was 6K gold for me to skip. So just make sure you're prepared for that. Now, when it comes to the commanders, I actually want to show you guys this. So as you can see right here on the right, you can see their attack, defense, assist, infantry, walker, and airship. Those don't mean shit. Not that we've been able to find out. We've tested these commanders. We've tried to figure out what the attack, defense, and assist do. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. But the infantry, walker, and airship, that tells you exactly what that commander is good for, what his skills will activate on, and what they won't. As you can see, Galio is 80% or 80, I guess, just 80 on walkers. That means all his skills will activate on walkers. He's 5 and 5 on airship and 5 on infantry. That means his skills will never activate with those troops. Period. It doesn't matter. His skills will never activate. If it's 10, it'll activate. Like you see here with Marco. Marco is one of the scariest commanders you will ever have to fight. He can counter everybody, and his napalm attack, it'll just kill you. It does. The attack doesn't even have to land. It'll just kill you. The sneak attack, also, just scary. I mean, Marco can straight up counter anybody. If you get him early game, like in the first week or your first day of the server, feed everything into Marco. Marco's just gonna be a beast. But if you're gonna spend money and you're getting A class, then obviously go with the A class. Even if it's Soda Man. Soda Man sucks, sure. But shrapnel armor does make it so you don't want to attack. He will fuck you up. Plus they can use dodge gear right away. So if you can get an A class, go for one. But anyways, that's all explaining. See, infantry 5, airship 5, and walker 80 means he will only activate with walkers. See, there's a handful of commanders that activate with everybody. As you can see here, Albert, he's one of them. He will activate with everybody. Marco will activate with everybody. And let's see. Yeah, they're the only ones. Let's see. Are there any more? Any more you can get for free, anyways. Nope. There's no more you can get for free. Those are the only two commanders you can get for free that will activate with everybody. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Grievous. If you get a Grievous, If you first day you get a Grievous because you spent money. Um, don't use him with airships. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you ever fight a Grievous, he has no guaranteed hit. You have to get with the Stala faction to get accuracy. You have to make sure you have accuracy jewels, or else his heal will never land. It will never ever land. And without that, Grievous is just shit. I mean, with my Mia, I kill hundreds of Grievous. If I fight an A class Grievous, I know it's dead. It doesn't matter. Like I'm more afraid of a Golem, a Takeda, anything else. A Grievous, I'll destroy it. It's not even if it's S class, I'll destroy Grievous. Kraken. If you get a Kraken, he activates with everything, but his scaling and activation is just absolute shit. Like I'm not joking. Like everything goes up by point 0.5. It He's not great, but again, he can counter everybody. So if you can get him, I mean, he can counter just about anybody. Oh, here's the thing too. S class skills will only activate with a specific troop. You can see here it's Walker. So let me see. Will only activate with Walker. Go over here. Airship. He will only activate with airships. So that's what you know. So if you're thinking, oh, I got an S class Grievous, I'm gonna use him with infantry. That's what's gonna happen. His S class ability will not go off. Everything else might go off, but not the S class ability. And then let's see, Takeda. See, Chief. There we go. He will be the first one to be released. The second one will be Galio, which I'll see what to get. Then after Galio will come the X. Where is the X? Here we go. Infantry Commander. I would easily say the second best infantry commander in the game, second to Stella. There is no, there's no denying Stella's freaking scary. If you ever fight in S class Stella, be afraid, be very afraid. Okay, so this is the skill that makes her afraid. She's the best infantry commander. She is. This is the skill that makes her scary. Wings of Eternity. So before the next action, meaning before her attack even activates or her attack before even procs, this will go off. I've seen this go off 8 times in a row. It completely shredded through my first row troops, second row troops, and hit my ship, and I was dead. That was it. This is scary. And if you give her some Gemini jewels, which gives her get another action to go through, um, you give this more chances of proc. And this skill's at 60% activation. If you're getting arc skin, it gives her an extra 10% activation. That's 66% activation on the skill. She is by far the scariest commander out there that you've ever fought against S class. Uh, you might think, okay, what about Golem? Golem is scary, sure, but damn, you guys have never fought against S class Stella. If you think Golem is that scary, I've seen Stellas that can just shred through Golems. It's messed up, but yeah, and no one can get her right away, so most people can just have a beefy ass Golem before they get a Stella, and then once they get Stella, they're like, fuck, I already have Golem. So if you can, I would get her or Golem. They're really busted. Uh, for the walkers, Galio is the most broken walker commander out there. Why? Because of his heal. It goes up by 1.5% per level. The attack doesn't need to land. It just activates. See? Your attack doesn't even need to land. So dodge gear, he still heals. Galio with God of Speed and Taurus Jewels is the only one I've seen that's able to take on Golem the same leadership because of this heal. He will take out a Grievous like nothing. Grievous's attack needs to land, so if your attack doesn't land, you don't heal, but he heals. Period. Now, when it comes to airship commanders, I think we all know who's gonna win that. Man, just kidding. I can't find him. Airship commanders. We get the big man himself, Golem. Yeah. He has a guaranteed hit, so meaning you can go tanky, you don't get any accuracy on him. This one increases attack. This one increases attack by 2% per level. That is busted. At level 10, 20% extra attack. That is just scary. At level 20, 40% extra attack. At level 30, 60. Level 40, 80% level attack. Same with this skill. I think it still goes by 4%. I don't know. I don't want to go them no more. But they both used to be at 4% before. That was just beyond busted. And then you on top of that, you have the free S class damage from his ability attacks all troops. So yeah, he's just scary. The only commander, the only airship commander that I would ever try taking him on with, and I've seen him for sure beat, is Blader. Blader's fucking busted. Um, yeah, this one just the tankier you go, the more damage you do. Deals per HP percent damage. So more HP you have, the tankier you are, more damage you're gonna do. It's scary. Then Call of the Haunt. Increases everything by 1%. 1%. Attack, crit, and accuracy go up by 1% if it activates. That is scary. 40 extra percent and 40% crit on top of all your other gear. That is scary. On top of the free S class damage. God, I definitely want Blader if he comes out. Because he already be S class compared to Golem. Golem's just an A class, and you have to spin, 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 and to get him A class. Somebody on my server, my Vice, already got him S class. He actually came out today. If you look at the news, see, we get Golem today. I tried for him. I spent 30k gold, not one Golem. So I'm kind of salty about that, but I got my Galio. That's what matters. Galio can take him on. And this is how he's released. Spin 10, and you can get Golem. As a result of that, I got a whole bunch of A classes. See? From just trying to get Golem. But yeah, those are the best commanders in the game in their own respective section, and that's what their attack, defense, and assist don't mean anything. Their infantry, walker, and airships, that's what matters. Before you start doing research on all sorts of troops, before you start doing, um, before you just pick your main, you want to see what commander works best. Read their skills, and these two, if you can get them, they're pretty scary. Not Albert as much, but definitely Marco. If you get a Marco on day one, you're set. I mean, again, he can counter everybody. Get him to S class will be pretty easy. And if you want the S classes, remember minimum of 1k mags minimum, and 20k gold minimum. And okay, I'm gonna share you guys this story. I was in this one server where me and my buddy we ruled the server. We were kings. We were the top guys, and we thought no one can touch us. Well, little did we know that this Korean guild had been saving up all their mags since the server opened. I mean, we farmed these guys. We beat them down. They were our farm. That's what they were. And after all that, for an entire month, they fed all their mags into MB55 back when he was the first commander to come out. And they got him to 2k and 3k leadership in that day. He was the strongest commander in the server, and he was in S class. Nobody could touch their MB55. It was scary. I mean, yeah, the closest we had was 2k, and even but with the free S class damage, we couldn't touch it. I mean, that is one strategy you can take, but you have to be patient. You still have to advance your arc. They rushed to level 12. They rushed in Ares. By the time MB55 came out, they just demolished everybody. Like no one could stand in their way. That's another thing you can do. But yeah, that's just one story you guys can do. You guys, one thing you guys can do. This is a little story you guys can get. I've seen it work. It works. You just have to be super patient. Save up all your mags and then feed them to a giant beat stick. Like I still have my giant beat stick, which is pretty nice. I give her shit gear now. Now she's just farming shadow matter for me every day, and he has the best gear for now. But yeah, just pick, um, pick a commander, any commander you get, and those are the best ones. Galio for walkers, Stella for infantry. That's how you get her. Go to your faction, and you have to be not respected, revered. Then you unlock Stella. How can you get more Stellas? Through the warp gate or through a spin 10 event. You'll get her faster to S class, but she's really busted. She's the best for infantry. Galio's for walkers, and Golem is for airships. Those are the best of the best commanders in their respective areas. And I hope this helps you guys make a choice on to what S class you want to wait for. The furthest I know is Galio. Well, Chief is first, Galio, then the X. Then after that will be King. So let me show you guys King before I end this. sorry there, rant guys. I mean, I'm really just, I really don't plan this out. I kind of just make the videos as needed. Yes, like I get tired of explaining people what S class to wait for. But yeah, King is alright. I mean, he's not really super OP, but if he fights a Galio, he's gonna get destroyed. That's what it comes down to. So for the first 4 months of the server, um, Galio could be the only good S class that's gonna come out. I would just skip Chief if you can afford to. If you needing S class, get Chief. He's actually pretty strong, but you have to run him with dual Apocalyptor. Um, he has a guaranteed hit. He's really good. He does a lot of damage, but he'll never be able to be a tanky Galio. It sucks, but yeah. Now, if you can, wait for him for the second month. He's busted as fuck. And remember, for him, you will need 20k gold and at least 2k mags. You should be able to get that in 2 months. All right. So I hope this helped you guys. See ya.